गुड मॉर्निंग व्यूअर्स। वो सब लोग आप ऑल आर गुड। तो आज हम लोग फिर से लिनक्स को लेके ही बात करेंगे, क्योंकि मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि आपको मैं कंप्लीट जो लिनक्स है उसके बारे में, लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है उसके बारे में बता सकूँ। तो आज लास्ट वीडियो में मैंने कवर किया था लिनक्स और विंडो के डिफरेंसेस, और मेजरली कवर किया था कि वाई वी आर यूज़ लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम। सो आज मैं कंप्लीट लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के बारे में बताऊंगा। विंडो के बारे में ऑलरेडी बहुत कुछ जानते हैं, क्योंकि बिकॉज वी आर यूजिंग विंडो। सो अब हम लोग लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के बारे में बात करेंगे। मैं कुछ वीडियोस शेयर करूंगा और उसके ऊपर थोड़ा कमेंटिंग करेंगे, जिससे कि हम उस सिस्टम को प्रॉपर समझ सकें। लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कैसे वर्कआउट करता है, क्या उसके फीचर्स हैं और मेजरली क्या फीचर्स हैं, उसका लेआउट कैसा है, आज हम उसको भी लेके थोड़ा बहुत डिस्कस करेंगे। ऑलरेडी पुराने वीडियो में मैं ये सारे पॉइंट्स को कवर कर चुका हूँ, पर आज मैं इन पॉइंट्स को एलोबरेटली वन बाय वन लूँगा, जिससे कि हम लोग चीज़ों को और अच्छी तरह से ब्रीफ तरीके से समझ सके। तो गाइज़, आगे बढ़ने से पहले मैं आप लोगों को बोलूँगा कि अगर मेरा कंटेंट आपको पसंद आ रहा है तो आप वीडियो को लाइक कर सकते हैं, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं, और कंटिन्यूस अगर मुझसे जुड़े रहना है तो आप, क्योंकि मैं टेक्निकल वीडियोस, सोशल वीडियोस लाता रहता हूँ, तो आप लोग जो बेल है उसको भी प्रेस कर सकते हैं। तो चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। देखो, पहले मेजरली जो डिफरेंस है अगर देखा जाए तो वो जो लिनक्स है वो आया कैसे, मार्केट में कैसे आया, सामने कैसे आया, तो हमें उसके बारे में एक ब्रीफ नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। तो सबसे पहले मैं उसको ले रहा हूँ, यूनिक वर्सेस लिनक्स।
Operating system. There are many operating systems in existence today, and we are going to discuss about the two basic ones, Linux and Unix. There has been much discussions and debate going on comparing both of these. Though Linux is derived from Unix, they're different operating systems, right? So today we're going to put an end to this debate. Hey guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video on a versus topic, and today we're going to discuss all about Linux versus Unix. So before we proceed forward, do subscribe to IntelliPad's YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Now exactly is Unix. So Unix was invented by Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson in the late 1970s at the Bell Labs Research Center. And it was written in C language, so the operating system is multi-user, multitasking, and allowed good acceptance. Unix OS works on command line interface, or we can say CLI, right? But now there have been developments for GUI, that is graphical user interface, also on Unix systems. Unix systems are featured by modular design, which is also known as Unix philosophy, and Unix philosophy includes certain characteristics like the OS provides a set of tools and each tool performs well-defined and limited functions. For data storage plan, text is used, and it has a hierarchical file system, and it also handles devices and some special kinds of inter-process communication, which is called as IPC, as files, and a lot more. In the other words, you can also say
Means in easy word, the complete system was designed for 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 fulfilling the requirement of a end user. All the systems or all the utilities was was designed for the end users. So let's
that
move
Unix
ahead.
is nothing but a commercial product, and each process has one or more threads here. Linux is derived from Unix, but it does not use its code. And also another point to note is that it can easily coexist along with other operating systems. Right, as we have discussed about the characteristics of both of the operating systems, now let's move forward and discuss few of the parameters based on which we'll differentiate between both Unix and Linux. So let's move forward. So guys, the first point we have here is invention. So in invention, Unix systems have various versions, and these versions were invented by AT&T, whereas Linux original code was developed.
AT&T is a lab, and Unix as part of like the invention of the operating systems, is like introduced by the Unix, but Linux come with the GNU license. GNU is a general purpose license, means which as I told in the previous videos that GNU license we can use or we can modify the programs as per of our requirement or as per our needs. So Linux is that much of capable for taking your own logics, for accepting your own logics and implement for your utility programs which you can modify according to your comfortability. So this is actually the Linux is, but the major part of the Linux is the UI part, their utilities, their programs. The thing is that how we install the programs in your machine. So these all the points, the major points I'm going to be include in this video. So let's move. Go ahead for the UI. UI means user interface for the end user. Let's see if anyone made the video similar to this. So as
Become the master of all trades.
As a
AWS,
beginner-
Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. And
as a beginner, I'm going to be
hello and welcome to Beginner's Guide to Linux.
show you the UI part of the Linux. So let's see how it's look like.
Linux by Shadowformed Productions. If you've come across this video, you've probably heard about Linux on the internet or from friends that use Linux, but you don't exactly know what it is. Let's assume that you're a novice with computers. When you turn on your PC, chances are it's running Windows or Mac OS X. Microsoft Windows and Mac OS X are examples of an operating system. Put simply, an operating system is the software that operates your computer. While operating systems like Windows, application software is the same story. Almost all software for Linux is free. The most popular desktops for Linux is called GNOME. They released version 3.6 in September 2012, which uses...
As I told you that the Linux is a community-based system where a complete community handle or modify this operating system, or you can say it's a universal operating system which can be modified by the end user. This is the only operating system which we can modify. So also all the utility, all the programs, like if you want office, if you want a program similar like Photoshop, Corel Draw, all the utilities of Linux are free of cost. You no need to be pay or worry about the charges and all, because in a Windows systems we need to be like have a handsome money in your pocket if you want to be use the utility of Windows operating system. So it's a pocket effective operating system. The major thing is that. So let's see the UI. It's very easy to use, handy to use for the end user. So let's move ahead.
An overview pane by default to manage your windows and applications instead of a traditional taskbar and start menu. To open a program or switch windows, you would click the Activities button in the top left corner or move your mouse all the
Don't confuse with the UI part, because I told you that the Linux in my last video I give you a brief detail about the operating systems and their UI parts of Linux. So Linux come up with the different versions, and all versions have their own, like this thing, the UI and the flow. So don't be confused. But I tell you, I I assure you that you will be love to work with the Linux.
way to the top left corner of the screen. Another popular desktop environment is the K-desktop environment, or KDE. KDE has a desktop and taskbar similar to Windows, but it is incredibly customizable, allowing you to make the desktop and taskbar exactly how you want it. You can add a number of extra features to the taskbar and desktop with widgets, which are customizable controls to enhance your
Means in a window it's hard to modify, but in a Linux you can write your own code, your own procedures to handle the programs. So means if the operating systems accept your programs, accept your settings based on your comfortability, so I think that type of programs or the operating systems will be much easier, much handy, much comfortable, and it also increase your working capabilities. So I think as based of all these important features, as I considered all the important features, so these points should be like, it's important for any end user.
desktop capabilities. To summarize, for many, Linux means freedom. The freedom to use your computer how you
Yes, the main thing is that if you are using anything in the sense, either you are using a gadget or hardware or software, so you require a freedom. You don't want anyone to interrupt or to put it you in some limitations, so that will be a unique pain. But in terms of Linux, it give you the complete freedom for the programs, for the utilities, and also it allow you to modify it, as well as you can modify the UI of the Linux operating system. So it's a huge game. I don't want to be involve all these things inside it, but it's just a general purpose informations which I think, as I believe it, like it's important to share with you.
iQOO 9 Pro, so much more futuristic. So addictive. Absolutely well done. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip inside, 120 hertz, 120 watts fast charging, plus the premium styling. So there's an actual motorized gimbal inside of there. That's pretty cool. iQuest on and on.
Hello and welcome to Saki Tech. In today's video, I will give you guys a Windows 7 machine. Okay, so let me run this up, and I just want to let you know you can actually press enter.
It's a
and it
virtual
tells me
Linux
which
operating system.
directory I am
This
currently
is the
located
UI
at.
of
So if I go
Ubuntu,
to my
Linux version Ubuntu.
folder browser, I am actually in Home Saki, which is right here. So I'm looking at all these guys on my command prompt. Now the second command I want to show you guys is the ls command. When you press ls, it gives you a listing of everything which is in the current directory. So the current directory is the Saki directory, which is my username, and we're under home.
So now the current video, Mr. SA SA Kit Kit SKI TAC. I don't know what does it mean, but he want to say that he is right now working over a terminal which we can open using Control and T. By pressing the Control and T, the terminal will be open, and it's similar like a command prompt which we are using in window platform actually. Either it will be, it was like Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 8, whatever. So all have the CI model, and based on that, the Linux also have their own terminal where you can write down the commands, and using commands you can play with the file and the directories. So they actually the commands is very similar or common as same as the window program, window commands.
Inside of home, I've got all these guys. So I've got the desktop, downloads, music, public, videos. And if you come over here, that's all the same stuff you're going to see in a regular
Using ls command, you can see the list of the file structures in your Linux operating system. So it will give you the complete list of the file system.
file explorer. So here's the desktop, documents, downloads, music, same stuff that you see here. So that is the ls command. It
So
stands for
let's
list.
move ahead.
And when you now, if you want to go to the root on, and we only have test left over, delete that. What you do is you use in the any command that you're
So
using, you can type.
So if you want to like install any program in your Linux operating machine, so for that you either will do using this terminal. You can put it the commands or a bunch of commands in this CI panel, this terminal, and put it and follow the instructions. Then definitely whatever is the program you are going to be like add into your Linux machine, it will be done using command prompt mode, or you can say the terminal mode. And other hand, if you want to install it using UI, if you want to install any program, any utility in your machine, then it also help using the UI model. So in a UI model there is in the video, if you go in the left hand side, like hope you can see this video screen. So from the top, in the left menu, from the top, the menu item is seventh place. If you open this is a complete set of programs whatever in the Linux online directory. You can directly install that program, whatever it's a VLC, whatever. If you want to add some other media players, so you can use. If you want to like add any other programs, or if you want, if someone is a programmer and want some window tools, or if you want to add your like machine, for means your Linux machine for window tools also. So the Linux is allow you to run the window programs in your Linux machine. So everything is possible, because as I told you that the Linux give you like give you a complete freedom over your programs and the utilities. So as per of me, it's a best operating system, very cost effective, very as based on the performance, it's like better than Windows operating system and other operating systems in the market. So guys, if you want, if you have any questions or the query related to this video or the topics which I covered in this video, so ask me in a comment box. Definitely I will give you, I review it if anything possible, or if you want to know anything about the Linux operating system, so I will make a separate video. If a part of this, any other informations if you are looking for, just ping me. I'm ready to help you. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द वीडियो आई अगेन मैं एक और आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि अगर आपको मेरा कंटेंट, मेरा वीडियो, मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन, इफ़ यू लाइक एवरीथिंग, so do a basic procedure for boosting my morale also. So at the end, thanks for watching. कुमार सिसोदिया, और क्वेश्चन पूछते रहो, लाइक करते रहो, सब्सक्राइब करते रहो. डेफिनेटली आई विल मेक some more better technical videos for you. वीडियोस आते रहेंगे. सब्सक्राइब करना और बेल आइकन दबाना बहुत ही अच्छा रहेगा. आई थिंक इट्स माई ओन सजेशन एंड रेस्ट अप टू ऑन यू. ठीक है गाइस, लव यू ऑल, बाय बाय.